Hey, hope I find you well. What I wanted to talk to you about today is excuses and my experience with them. Now, the thing with excuses is sometimes they're true. A lot of people will tell you that there's no such thing as excuse, it's all on you, etc., etc. And that is mostly true. That is mostly true. But sometimes you're gonna get a curveball that you just couldn't have seen coming. Sometimes. Admittedly, mostly it's on you. But for example, you could have an outdoor event and it could rain, and then the outdoor event would be a failure just because it rained, right? Or you could be running a race and a deer could run out in front of you and hit you and maul you, and then you'd lose the race. So, as you can see, I'm kind of reaching here. So, usually it is on you. Excuses. And I know I used to make excuses all the time for everything. Everything. I want, like, my friends would invite me out, but I'd be like, oh, I have a tiny bit of a stomachache, I'm just going to sleep. Or if I had a test and I didn't do well, I would say, oh, well, I was a little sick, so I couldn't study. And the thing is, like, for me, they were bullshit. Okay, those excuses were all not. None of those excuses were legitimate. Well, some of them were kind of. But the thing that really made me. The thing that I realized that finally made me stop making all these million little excuses is okay, yes, I was sick, but I still failed that test. I still failed. So, yeah, I have an excuse, but I still failed. So, I don't need to hate myself. And I think that's a big reason I was making a lot of the excuses was because of my own opinion of myself. I couldn't handle being a failure. I couldn't handle believing I was a failure. So I was making all these excuses and not trying. But that's a topic for another video, I suppose. But yeah, just think about, or like, whatever you fail at and make an excuse for, just realize that, hey, okay, yeah, there's that excuse, but I still failed. And that's kind of what turned it around for me. I started realizing that, okay, I gotta make it happen. If it's gonna happen, it's on me. So that's how I stopped making excuses. I just realized, oh, yeah, I have an excuse, but it still happened the way it did. As always, onward and upward.